With a trip to Glens Falls on the line, the Mary Louis Academy and Monsignor Scanlan are set to meet at the famed Rose Hill Gymnasium in the 2017 New York Class AA State Final. Welcome back, one and all, here on News 12 Varsity. I'm Pete Mulroy. A big-time showdown between two of the premier programs in across the tri-state area as far as girls basketball is concerned. Mary Louis and Monsignor Scanlan will introduce you to both teams momentarily. We want to highlight two individuals before we do that. First, for the Mary Louis Academy, defeated Cardinal O'Hara 80-70 in the semifinals to get to this point. Already defeated Scanlan twice this season. And their starting five is a good one, and it's highlighted by Danielle Patterson, averaging 23 points a game from the forward position, and the senior is nothing short of outstanding. Signed with the University of Notre Dame. And along with Danielle, they will roll out a starting five of Courtney McCool, Jordan Nixon, Kanya Pollock, and Van Early Valcourt, who had 18 points against Cardinal O'Hara. The head coach of the Mary Louis Academy is Joanne Arbitello. And for Monsignor Scanlan, they're 22-7 overall. And again, they fell twice this season to Mary Louis Academy. Katari Poole had a go-ahead three-pointer with 33 seconds left in a semifinal victory against St. Anthony's to help her squad get to this point, and the Crusaders are looking to avoid a three-game sweep this season at the hands of the Hilltoppers. Joining Poole in the starting five will be Kayla Moore, Chanel Williams, Kaylin Bonwersing, and Delphina Sparks. Sparks, a senior forward, a talented player in her own right. The head coach for Monsignor Scanlan is Tom Catalanato. Now, we expect a good one here tonight between two extremely talented teams. As both teams take the floor, the Hilltoppers of Mary Louis Academy in the white with baby blue trimming. It's midnight blue with baby blue and white trimming for Monsignor Scanlan. Underway, opening tip left to right, as you see on your screen, belonging to Scanlan. And as always, we thank you for being with us on News 12 Varsity. I'm Pete Mulroy, tonight's producer, Chris Caron. Opening shot of the game off the mark, off the backboard. Offensive putback, and the bucket drops. And it'll send Kayla Morris to the free throw line to try to convert the three-point play. It was Morris in the semifinal victory over St. Anthony's, 53-49 the score in that game. The freshman had 8 blocks to really spearhead a defensive effort against the talented St. Anthony's team. And it's a good start here tonight for Monsignor Scanlan on the board with a 3-0 lead. Worked it to the corner, comes back out for Courtney McCool. You'll want to keep your eye on number 33 tonight. She moves to the free throw line, trying to set up a screen, goes into the corner. Nixon throws it up and knocks it down. The junior with the first 2 points of the night for Mary Louis. It's a 3-2 game. 55 seconds gone by. Good move to the basket. Shot off the mark, and the rebound ripped down by Patterson. And quickly down the other direction. It's 4 in a row for Jordan Nixon. Good start for the junior tonight. 2 quick buckets for the Hilltoppers, and they're up a point. Mary Louis entering the game, number 7 in the News 12 Tri-State Top 20 poll. Another impressive season for the Hilltoppers. It's tough to beat a team, the same team, 3 times in one season, and that's the mission here tonight. With a trip to the Federation Tournament, the winner of this game will face the New York State Public School representative in the AA Federation semis in Glens Falls the weekend of March 24th through the 26th. If you're wondering, the New York State Public School Championships will take place next weekend up in Binghamton. So we're here tonight on the campus of Fordham University, the famed Rose Hill Gymnasium, home to some great basketball over the past few decades. And tonight, just another chapter in an already storied legacy here on the hardwoods of Fordham University. Cross-court pass down the lane, high off the glass, front rim shot doesn't drop. But the loose ball scooped up, kick out, 3 on the way. Katari Poole knocks it down. And Katari Poole will put Scanlan up 6-4. Over for Nixon, now throws it straight away. Kanya Pollock had 13 points in the aforementioned win over Cardinal O'Hara. This one knocked out of bounds. Good hustle by Chanel Williams to knock that one out in front of her own bench. 5 minutes, 43 ticks to go first quarter. 6-4 Scanlan lead. Corner kick high, arcing three on the way. Side rim out of the hands of Courtney McCool. And it'll be Scanlan basketball. I've already seen today live on News 12 Varsity the Monsignor Farrell High School boys team take down Chaminade to win the A state final. And both the Hilltoppers and Crusaders trying to do the same in the double A on the girls' side and earn their own right to the Federation tournament. It's an 8-4 lead for Scanlan early, make it 8-6. First two of the night for Patterson, who will get to work on that low block. And she sprung herself free to lay it in off the glass. Bounce pass to the elbow, knocked around, and collected by Bonwarsing. Back come the Hilltoppers. Nixon to the basket, fouled on her way. Looks like they're going to get this foul on Chanel Williams. Williams averaging 15.5 points per game this season, the senior guard. Patterson lost it on the turnaround from the elbow. And quickly down comes William off the glass and in. And Chanel Williams, say her name, instantaneously forces a turnover and gets 2 points. It's a 10-6 Scanlan lead. Nixon coming near side. Ball above the head of McCool to the free throw line. McCool gets it back, throws it back over for Nixon. Nixon up. She's had a good start tonight. 10-8 midway through the first quarter. 6 points already for Jordan Nixon. One of those things that makes Mary Lewis so tough to beat is they have multiple weapons on the offensive side of the floor that they can go to at a moment's notice. Patterson being the biggest, of course, but as you've seen, the hot start early for Nixon has Mary Lewis within 2 points of Scanlan. And a foul on the floor. They're going to get this one on Nixon. Second team foul, Nixon's first. Catch and release three, but steps prior. So the Chanel Williams turnover will give it back to the Hilltoppers. .325 to go, first quarter. Bouncer gets through McCool. And now for Nixon. Off the glass and in. It continues for Nixon. She's got 8 of the 10 Hilltoppers points. And 5 minutes gone by in this first quarter. Out of the free throw line, thrown across, 3 on the way, back iron. And the rebound ripped down by Nixon, who's doing it all right now for Mary Lewis. And falling down to the ground, enjoying the foul, was Valcourt. Kanya Pollock set to inbound. And she does into the corner. Nixon, turnaround, shot, Patterson, short. The loose ball picked up by McCool. Patterson working downstairs. 2:35 to go. Another bucket for Patterson. High three, back iron, and a good look from Poole. Offensive putback doesn't go. Patterson fighting for the board. The held ball will give it to Mary Lewis. Kayla Podlovitz, a senior, into the game for Mary Lewis. 2:13 remaining first quarter. 12-10 lead for Monsignor Scanlan. Worked up top for Valcourt. Inside, Patterson blocked away. And out of bounds off of Patterson. Vicious stuff by Kayla Morris. And she's coming off an 8-block performance, gets one more there. The free throw line, pass deflected out. Controlled by Williams, now a right three, off the mark, offensive board, glass doesn't go, another rebound for Patterson. Poole had a shot, not able to convert. Short on that shot attempt. And the ball into the hands of Scanlan. 2 steps down the lane, and that shot is blocked away. Delphina Sparks, a senior, off the mark on the first attempt. Minute 17 to go first quarter. 12-10 Mary Lewis. Sparks hits 1 of 2 to make it a 1-point game. Patterson at the free throw line. Turns around, thought about the shot attempt, tried to dump it inside, blocked away. Now the out kick, deep three, front of the rim. McCool had a good look, and the loose ball tracked down by Nixon. Now into the corner, 3 of her own from Podlovitz is good. Under a minute to go first quarter. Mary Lewis with their largest lead of 4. It's 15-11. A good ball movement by the Hilltoppers. Now a step back 3 to answer, in and out from Sparks. Another loose ball diving down to the ground and keeping it alive is Patterson. And McCool is fouled. And they're going to get this one on Jaylene Brown. Kateri Poole, the hero of the semifinal contest and one of the starting 5 for Monsignor Scanlan, re-enters the game as Chanel Williams gets a breather. 20 seconds to go first quarter. Mary Lewis 15, Monsignor Scanlan 11. Dangerous pass, tapped and intercepted. Sparks for Poole. Keeps it herself down the lane. Good strong move off the mark. Rebound deflected right into the hands of Patterson, and that's how the first quarter is going to come to a close, and it was a good one. Mary Lewis trying to make it 3 for 3 against Scanlan this season. And at the end of one, they have a 4-point lead, 15-11. We'll stream into the second quarter right here on News 12 Varsity. Underway, Mary Lewis up 4, 15-11. Chris Karen, tonight's producer. I'm Pete Mulroy. And a nice move to the basket to start this second frame. Hoop in the harm for Jaylene Brown. And she'll go to the line and try to make this a 1-point game. Elio Velez, John Perez on hand as well. You can read their respective recaps from today's action of hoops on the boys and girls side from the Rose Hill Gymnasium on News12Varsity.com. Damian Reed in the house, taking photos. We've got you covered. Good, strong, acrobatic move by Nixon, not able to finish, and it's a rebound for Scanlan. They come down the other end of the floor, down 2. Out kick and then shuffling of the feet by Delphina Sparks. She likes to put him up from the outside. If she gets going, it could be a tough night, because she's a dangerous outside shooter. One of the weapons in the arsenal of Tom Catalanato. Here's Patterson, corner 3, side rim. A bit strong. Patterson thus far with only 4 points, but she's got 7 rebounds to her credit. Dangerous pass to Deja Wentz, and Wentz comes back upstairs for Brown. Now it's a right wing 3, and it's rattled home by Katari Poole. 16-15. Scanlan back in front, and it's 6 points now for Poole. Podlovitz had it, went back up top, and we get a foul right at the top of the key. And it'll be on Brown. Second team foul on Scanlan. .90 seconds gone by, second quarter. This pass airmailed out of bounds. A little high and hot from Nixon. We'll give the basketball back to Scanlan. Expect this game to be a close one. Had a chance to talk to Christ the King girls basketball head coach Bob Mackey. He's been here basically the whole day, and he expects this to be a close, entertaining basketball. That's what we have so far. Still with 6 minutes to go before halftime. It's high-level basketball at its best, folks. With a trip to the Federation Tournament on the line, as that one is dropped down, and quickly into double figures goes Jordan Nixon. She's got 10 to go along with 2 boards and an assist. She's played well tonight. She's kept it going. 17-16 Mary Lewis, make it 18-17 Scanlan. It was Van Weresing that time, the sophomore who had 10 against St. Anthony's. Straightaway 3, front rim. Rebound off one bounce by Poole. And here comes Sparks, keeps it herself, up off the glass, a bit short, off the backboard side rim. Racing back, here comes Nixon for Patterson, a step, glass and in. That's nicely done. 19-18 Mary Lewis. Crowd is loud here tonight. Postseason basketball. 3 minutes, 5 ticks gone by, second quarter. Williams for Poole, now gets it back. Williams is 3, air ball, but it fell right into the hands of Sparks. Loose ball out of bounds. It'll be Hilltopper's possession. Courtney McCool re-enters with Carly McCann, 15 and 24 respectively for Mary Lewis. Go inside for Patterson, working along the baseline. And she's called for steps. Approaching the midway point of this first half. Second quarter, I should say. Good move to the basket with the left hand. Chanel Williams puts Scanlan back up 20-19. It's been a good basketball game to this point. Down to the ground, reach in foul going to be called. Second foul on Williams. Inside, Patterson, one dribble, fall away, contested. That's so tough to do. And she can make it look so easy. And she'll have an opportunity from the line to convert the three-point play with TMLA back up by 1. Make it 2, 22-20. Patterson now with 8 and 7. Quick fire on the three. It's good for Kateri Poole. 23-22, a little back and forth action. Scanlan in front by 1, 3:35 to go before the break. Back inside, Patterson pumps. Arcing pass into the corner from McCool. Patterson gets it back at the elbow, starting to heat up. Now she joins her teammate Jordan Nixon in double figures with 11. Nixon has 10. Kateri Poole on the verge of cracking double figures for Scanlan. She currently has 9. Good look at a three near side off the mark from Banwar Singh. And another one goes down for Poole. Now she's in double figures with 12. It's 26-24 Scanlan. These two teams just throwing daggers at one another. Into the corner, another three. That one off the mark. It was a good look for McCann, just not able to connect. Brought up the floor by Wentz. And now straight away deep is Williams. Wentz has it back on the right wing. Perimeter offense, no look, bounce pass to the free throw line for Morris. And a 3-second violation going to be called against the Crusaders. And that'll get Delphina Sparks back into the game, number 21 for Scanlan. And Kayla Podlovitz comes back onto the floor for Mary Lewis. Valcourt in the corner. Tried to go behind the back and lost it. Good defense by Poole. Right on her the whole time. Bobbing and weaving through traffic, the underhanded pass goes out of bounds from Williams. Hilltoppers basketball, as we've got 2 minutes remaining in a first half that is flying by. McCool up top with Valcourt. Works to her right, down the lane, up and under, nifty move. Off the mark, stays with it, throws up a wild one, trying to draw some contact. Doesn't get it. Back comes Sparks for Scanlan. Bouncer, two-step, up and under, up her own, and hung on the front of the rim and didn't drop for Poole. Williams. Out of bounds, will stay on this end. It'll be a fresh 30 for Scanlan. $1:37 to go before the break. Valcourt's going to exit for Mary Lewis. As Kania Pollock is back onto the floor. Pollock 13 points in the win over Cardinal O'Hara. The junior, a member of Joanne Orbitello Pinnock starting 5. To the basket, glass and in for Banwar Singh. 28-24, Scanlan up 4, 70 seconds to go, second quarter. Nixon setting it up. Hilltoppers working the perimeter. Couple of bounces now for Patterson. And Danielle takes it baseline, pump, and she shuffled her feet. That's the second time they've got her tonight down there. Out kick, deep three momentarily thought about by Poole. And then we get a whistle, a stop play with a foul. And it's going to come against Monsignor Scanlan. And the freshman, Kayla Morris. 44.1 to go in the half. Working through the legs, now corner kick. Nixon pumped on a three, goes for Patterson. Using the screen, goes down the lane. That's a good job by Podlovitz, too. Step in front of a defender. Patterson was probably going to get there anyway, but just cleared the runway for her. 15 seconds to go in the half. 28-26 Scanlan. They have the ball, can hold for the final shot. Cross court for Poole. Step back three, has a good look, short with 5 seconds. Across the midcourt heave, off the mark, but a foul is called. I believe. Number one, the shot almost went in. But it's going to put Kanya Pollock at the free throw line. She was fouled at the buzzer. Still almost got it to drop. And now we'll see if she can get all three from the line. They'll put .2 back on. That's tough. Even if she misses all three, that's a personal foul picked up. Short on the first. And she's short on the second as well. So one more with .2 seconds on the first half clock. Scanlan up 28-26. And the final one around and out. So Scanlan dodges a bullet at the end of the half. They'll go into the locker room with a 2-point, 28-26 lead. Good game on hand. 16 minutes of action set to go. Rejoin us for the start of the third quarter here on the campus of Fordham University, the Rose Hill Gymnasium. It's coming your way next right here on News 12 Varsity. From the Rose Hill Gymnasium on the campus of Fordham University in the Bronx, New York. And it's a 2-point deficit facing Mary Lewis, who opened the second half with the basketball down 28-26. It's been a good ball game to this point. Stifling defense. And we saw that from Scanlan in the first half, forcing a few turnovers. They get one to start the second half here. Spin in the lane, off the mark. And Bonham Singh not able to get it to drop. Down the other direction, off the glass for the tie. Bounced around and popped out from Vanerly Valcourt. There's Williams setting up the offense for Scanlan. 45 seconds gone by in the third, and now Mary Lewis forcing a turnover. Straight away, long two. Off the mark from Nixon, who had 10 points in the first half. Patterson leading the way for Mary Lewis with 13. That's a game high as well. Also has 8 rebounds. Monsignor Scanlan shot 11 of 31 in that first half. Mary Lewis 12 of 22. And we'll get a foul here on the far sideline. And the foul on Jordan Nixon. As Kanya Pollock comes into the game for the first time here in the third quarter. Basketball nearly thrown away. Chanel Williams able to track it down. Dangerous pass in traffic. Rescued and kept alive for the Crusaders. Well, Williams has it. Splits two, now two more to the basket, and she's called for steps. That'll stop the clock with an even 6:30 remaining in the third quarter. Still stuck on the same score we had at halftime, 28-26 Monsignor Scanlan. Tonight's producer, Chris Karen. I'm Pete Mulroy. Thanks as always for being with us on News 12 Varsity. Elio Perez, John Perez on hand as well. Damian Reed in the house. Good crowd, a loud crowd at that at moments throughout this contest as that three hit the side of the backboard out of the hands of Pollock. And here come the Crusaders. Pass downstairs, laying off the glasses in. And it's two more for Kateri Poole, and she's got 14. Become the new leader for both teams in points. And that 14 goes along with 4 boards and 2 assists. There's Patterson on the way up. She's fouled. So Patterson, who signed with the University of Notre Dame, is going to go to the free throw line for 2. And Patterson converts the first. Back to a 2-point game as she converts both. Scanlan 30, TMLA 28. Take it away, good defensive play by Valcourt. And then a kick ball is called. It'll keep it on this end for the Hilltoppers. With 5:28 to go, third quarter. Bouncer. Valcourt not able to finish. Back comes Williams. Monsignor Scanlan on the offensive. Down the lane, and 2 free throws upcoming for Von Wersing. A sophomore coming off a 10-point semifinal performance. She's off the mark on the first attempt. Oh of 2 on that visit to the line. The rebound for Nixon. Nixon keeps it herself, pivots, goes for Patterson. Contested jumper is good. She is an absolute handful, and she ties the game at 30, now with 17 points. And a turnover here. Here's Valcourt, absorbs the contact and puts Mary Lewis up 2. 32-30 with 4.5 to go in the third quarter. That got the Hilltoppers faithful back on their feet. Now chance of defense. Down the lane, nice move to the basket. Chanel Williams getting it done again. And Williams now with 6 points, 5 boards, and 4 assists. Three near side is pure for Kania Pollock. 3:50 to go, third quarter. Mary Lewis up 3, 35-32. Wide open look at a 3 to tie, and she does. Kateri Poole. And Poole's got 17 points. Mary Lewis Academy going to take a timeout with 3:32 remaining in the third quarter, tied at 35. Mary Louis basketball out of their own timeout. Game tied at 35, 3:25 to go in the third quarter. Danielle Patterson again. Muffet McGraw out in South Bend's getting one heck of a basketball player. 23 points a game this season for Danielle Patterson. 19 tonight, and TMLA back up by 2. To the basket, acrobatics to no avail. And back down this end of the floor come the Hilltoppers. It's Patterson, gets the friendly roll. 39-35. 21-8 now for Patterson. Deja Wentz is fouled deep by Vanderlee Valcourt. Sparks setting up the offense this time. Pass through the legs of Nixon. 3 in the corner is good. It's a big shot. And Scanlan needed that from Van Wersing. 39-38 Mary Louis. 2:20 to go third quarter. Out of the corner, pump from Pollock. Downstairs, blocked away. And saved back in. A good hustle by Van Wersing. We're going to stoppage of play to reset the shot clock to show 28 seconds. Shows 28 now with 2:13 to go in the third. And the bucket plus the foul on the quick inbound pass. It's Valcourt who's going to go to the free throw line and try to put Mary Louis up 4. So they have the quick stoppage to reset the shot clock at 30. And Valcourt, the recipient of the bounce pass, lays it in, plus the foul. Off the mark on the free throw. Lane violation to boot on Mary Louis, so Scanlan basketball. Two minutes to go in the third quarter. Mary Louis 41, Scanlan 38. Bouncer along the baseline, high arcing 2, back iron. Van Wersing coming away with the rebound off the miss by Kayla Morris. Fight for the ball downstairs, out of bounds. It will remain with Scanlan. Stopping at the elbow and firing short off the mark was Chanel Williams. Minute 37 to go in the third. Kick to the elbow, jumper, back iron. Offensive board, grabbed. And Nixon, the recipient of the foul call, with $1:23 to go in the third quarter. Dangerous pass collected by Patterson. Nearly had it taken away. Fight for the ball. I believe they're going to get a foul here on Williams. And that's going to be her third, 4th on the team. Long 2, back iron, rebound. Grabbed by Deja Wentz. Now Wentz spinning, absorbing the contact, not able to get it to go. But the catch and putback does for Williams. So Williams has to be careful defensively with 3 personal fouls, but she's now got 8 points to go along with 5 boards and 5 assists. It's back to a 1-point game. Mary Louis 41, Scanlan 40. 45 seconds to go third quarter. Valcourt up top now comes near side with McCool. Up top thinking about the 3 was Nixon. Now they go baseline. Cross-court pass. with 4 to shoot. The pump from the elbow, fire, knocking it down. Good ball movement, and Pollock caps it off with a deuce. 43-40, Hilltoppers, 20 seconds to go, third quarter. It's Williams with chance of defense coming from the crowd and the TMLA cheerleaders. 10 seconds to go in the frame, stepping into a straightaway 3 for the tie. Another big shot, and this time it's Deja Wentz. 3 seconds though, across midcourt. The heave to beat the buzzer off the mark. We're going to go into this fourth quarter in a tie game. Mary Lewis 43, Monsignor Scanlan 43. Wouldn't ask for anything else. 8 minutes on the clock. Come back and join us for the fourth and final frame. Coming your way next right here on News 12 Varsity. Fourth quarter underway here at the Rose Hill Gymnasium. Winner of this Class A state final moves into the Federation Tournament in Glens Falls, New York, and it's a good start to the fourth frame for Scanlan. They retake the lead 45-43. 25 seconds have passed here in the fourth. Chris Karen, tonight's producer. I'm Pete Mulroy. Thanks for being with us. One heck of a ball game here to cap things off tonight. Baseline reverse for Nixon, who now has 12. She's also got to be a little bit careful with 3 personal fouls. In the corner, nothing doing. Pass comes back to the elbow. Jumper off the mark from Morris. Had a good look, just a bit short. Into the corner, McCool. Patterson wants it, dribbling around the baseline. Nice defensive play. The right hand of Sparks getting in there to block it away. Knocked out of bounds. So it's going to remain on this end of the floor. 6:52 to go, fourth quarter in a tie game. And a fresh 30 for TMLA. Dangerous pass intercepted. Like a defensive back, Chanel Williams just stepping in front of the pass. Coast to coast. Good defensive play on the end, and it's Mary Lewis basketball. Jordan Nixon did everything right. It was a masterful defensive play by Williams. And then she took it the length of the floor, but step for step with her, getting back in transition for the defensive stop was Nixon. Knocked it out of bounds, and then it was last touched by Williams. So the basketball back to the Hilltoppers. 90 seconds passed here in the fourth, tied at 45. Into the corner, Nixon. Dribbles out of traffic, dangerous pass, deflected. And here comes Williams once again. Slips down, fight for the loose ball on the floor. And it's going to be Hilltoppers basketball as they had the possession arrow. Patterson calling for it, out for McCool. Now Patterson gets it into the corner. 3, side rim, good look from Pollock. Rebound by McCool, keeps the possession alive. Here's Patterson, throws it over now along the baseline. Long 2, in and out. Rebound tapped around. The Hilltoppers again keeping it alive. Left hand turnaround, strong, tapped around. The Hilltoppers to work on the offensive glass, and they'll reset. It was a good job by Pollock. Patterson of Valcourt working down there as well. 5.5 to go in this game. 12 seconds on the Hilltoppers shot clock. We're still tied at 45. Here's Patterson up top left side of Valcourt. Into the corner, turnaround 3, good look, side rim. Another offensive board, this time it's Nixon. Splits 2, nearly fell down. Patterson free throw extended. Bounced around, tapped around, and finally corralled by Morris. And now on a double team. The Hilltoppers get to work defensively, loose ball. The possession arrow will keep it with Scanlan. The intensity level really turned up a notch here in this fourth quarter. Two teams met previously this season. Both contests going to Mary Lewis. This issue still in doubt with 5:07 remaining and deadlocked at 45. Tough shot in traffic is short out of the right hand of Deja Wentz. Jump ball, possession arrow gives it back to Mary Lewis. Chanel Williams will come back into the game for Monsignor Scanlan. A quick 3 minutes, 10 seconds passed here in the fourth quarter. Valcourt for Patterson, one dribble to the basket. Not able to get it to drop, but she's going to head back to the free throw line. Patterson short on the first. One of two. Williams, the table setter, now left side with Poole. Bouncer, right side. Williams. Contested. And the shot off the mark. Patterson got to step in front of her. And the offensive putback didn't go. This pass able to scoot out. And across midcourt comes Valcourt. Keeps it herself. Right hand glass, a bit strong. Tapped up, tapped around, and pulled down by Jaylene Brown. That shot blocked away. With Sparks going up for it. And the jump ball will keep it with Scanlan, who trailed by one, 46-45, 4:04 on the fourth quarter clock. Kicked out long, two on the way. Buried by Chanel Williams. Williams now in double figures with 10 points. 5 boards and 5 assists as well. One of two players on the floor for Scanlan, who now lead by one in double figures. The other, Kateri Poole with 17. Dangerous pass, out of bounds. Scanlan basketball off Patterson. We are through the midway point of the final quarter. Monsignor Scanlan 47, Mary Lewis 46. Williams throws it over. Now bouncer to the elbow. Pass gets back court, and it's corralled by Valcourt. Able to pick it up, spin, dump downstairs, off the mark, shot. Might have been partially blocked. Diving down on the floor is Nixon, and she gets the timeout. So good hustle on both sides. 3:13 to go. Timeout taken by Coach Albertello Pinnock. 47-46. Scanlan leading Mary Lewis Academy. Hilltoppers possession out of their own timeout. 22 seconds on the shot clock. It's Nixon now for Valcourt. Directing traffic up top for McCool. Patterson calling for it, not able to get it to her. Under 3 to go now and 10 seconds on the Hilltopper shot clock. Valcourt, little up and under move off the mark. Patterson there for the putback. And Mary Lewis is back in front, 48-47. Across midcourt, the bouncer into the corner. 3 on the way, side rim, rebound Valcourt. Racing down the near sideline. Valcourt to the basket. Patterson off her hands. Just not able to corral it. So the turnover by Mary Lewis with 2:34. They do have a 1-point lead. Will give the basketball back to Scanlan. There's Williams, across the court pass for Poole. Shoveled her feet. Timeout going to be taken by Coach Catalanato. A 30-second timeout. Jordan Nixon going to take it across midcourt for Mary Lewis. 2:15 to go in the game. 48-47 lead for the Hilltoppers. Been a good one. Nixon tried to wrap it and reverse it, came up short. And it's a rebound for Chanel Williams and Scanlan as we're going to go under 2 minutes. A pass across, corralled by Sparks. It was low, high arcs it, dangerous. Intercepted. Connie Pollock to the basket, glass in plus the foul. What a play. She read that the whole way. Stepped right in front of it, took it to length, took the contacts, and now she'll take the trip to the free throw line. Four-point lead, Mary Lewis. Crowd's loud. Not that you need me to tell you. Minute 43 to go in the game. Williams knifing through traffic to the basket, short. Offensive board, putback is big time for Banwer Singh. And Coach C's going to get a timeout. Buck 27 to go. Scanlan back to within 2 at 51-49. That's a big-time basket there for Scanlan after a wild sequence of events. Led by the intercepted pass of Connie Pollock, who took it the length of the floor, laid it in, plus the and one. And Pollock's coming off a 13-point game in the semifinals over Cardinal O'Hara. And she's got 8 points tonight to go along with 4 rebounds and 3 assists. So it's a nice looking stat sheet for Pollock once again. One minute, 27 on the clock. Mary Lewis basketball. They lead 51-49. Let's see. Here's Nixon up top with 10 to shoot inside. Patterson pumps, fall away, tough shot, side rim. Offensive board, nothing but hustle. Nixon hits the deck. Now McCool's on the floor, out of the pack with the basketball. And it's Scanlan ball. Down the lane, off the mark, out of bounds on the block. Valcourt got all the way back. And the Mary Lewis crowd has a point on that exchange with the loose ball. Could have been a travel violation. You give them credit, though. From the start of this game, they're letting them play. And right on cue, they call a foul. With 48.5 in a 51-49 ball game. But the officials have done a nice job tonight. They've let these young ladies play. 45 ticks to go. Scanlan ball down 51-49. Great defensive play by Valcourt. Patterson was tempted to throw that ball down the floor. Valcourt looked like she was open, but trailing back was Delphina Sparks. And we'll get a full timeout taken by the Hilltoppers. Don't go anywhere. 38.9 to go. 51-49 lead for Mary Lewis. The winner advances to the New York AA Federation Tournament. .9 seconds remain. It's Mary Lewis basketball. They'll have 27 seconds on their shot clock. Most importantly, they have a 51-49 advantage. We're going to foul before the inbound. And I believe this is going to be a hold. On Poole of Scanlan, number 23. Eight-second game-to-shot clock differential now. This one nearly taken away, and now it is, and a foul is called. The big-time defensive play by Chanel Williams, who's been great tonight. But it's only the second team foul of the half against Mary Lewis. As a team, Scanlan with 3. 22 seconds left in the game. Scanlan has the ball down 2. Sparks. Now off for Poole. Poole, no look pass. We're tied. 8.1 to go. That's a big bucket for Banwer Singh. She ties it at 51. Timeout, Mary Lewis. It'll be a full timeout, and they'll talk things over. They'll have plenty of time to bring it down the floor, but a big-time basket by the sophomore Kaylin Banwer Singh. She's now into double figures with 11, along with 3 rebounds. And we'll see what the Hilltoppers can dial up, as this crowd has been tremendous right from the opening tip. Has been treated to one heck of a basketball game. Again, the winner will face the New York State Public School representative in the Federation AA semifinals. That'll take place in Glens Falls the weekend of March 24th through the 26th. And those New York State Public School championships will be decided, the winner at least, next weekend up in Binghamton. So still loads of basketball to be played this season. And man, has this been a good one tonight. So inbound in front of their own bench for Mary Lewis and Connie Pollock. It comes in for Nixon. Nixon straight away, splits 2 defenders, has it taken away. Up to midcourt, now taken back. Mary Lewis not going to get the shot off, and we're going to go to overtime. That was a wild final 8 seconds. With Scanlan coming up at the turnover, Sparks working with Poole, and then the Hilltoppers taking it back. So we'll head into a free session of basketball, tied at 51 between Mary Lewis, pictured on your screen, and Monsignor Scanlan. That's a good sign. Chanel Williams walking off. She took a shot at the end, right along the baseline. And they'll need her. 10 points, 5 boards, 5 assists. That's good to see. With Coach Catalanato and company in their huddle. They'll put 4 minutes on the clock for the OT session. Got a state championship going to overtime. It's the way you like it if you're a basketball junkie. And the tip in overtime won by Valcourt into the hands of Nixon to the basket. It's a good start for Mary Louis. They're up 2 in overtime. 53-51. Crowd's been outstanding tonight. High arcer near side for Poole. Step back 3, blocked, but they get a foul. And the foul's going to be on Pollock, which will send Poole to the line for 3. First one off the mark. 17 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists tonight for Katari Poole. Rattles in the second one. Deja Wentz, the sophomore guard, back onto the floor for Monsignor Scanlan, as Delphina Sparks will get a breather. Two of 3 on that visit to the line, which ties this back up at 53, 30 seconds into overtime. Mary Louis basketball, there's Valcourt. Now straight for Pollock, comes back on the wing for McCool. Into the corner of Valcourt with Patterson calling for it inside. Patterson with 24 and 11 tonight. Fouled on her way up, she's going to go back to the line. And she knocks down the first. Patterson now with 26. It's a game high. 55-53, Mary Louis in overtime. Wentz, the bouncer for Williams. Now with Poole. Poole back over for Williams. Splits 2. Nice pass midair. We're tied again. Von Wersing, another bucket. 55 apiece. 2:40 remaining in OT. Valcourt, McCool. Now for Patterson. With 5 to shoot, Patterson makes her move in traffic on the way up. And she's going to head back to the free throw line. One more on the way for Patterson, who puts Mary Louis back up a point. 57-55 Hilltoppers. Here's Williams down the lane. Tried to jam it downstairs for Banwersing. Jump ball, arrow. And it'll stay with Scanlan. 2:05 to go in overtime. Here's Williams. Over for Wentz. Now Williams has it back with 8 to shoot and under 2 to go in OT. Here's the freshman Morris. Through some traffic on the way up. Offensive foul. And they get Poole. That's her 4th. And with $1:54, it'll give the basketball back to the Hilltoppers, who lead by 2, 57-55. Here's Nixon for Valcourt with Patterson downstairs. It's for Pollock as McCool has it. 12 on the shot clock. Now under 10. Cross-court pass. Pollock off the mark on that jumper. Offensive board, and fouled on the floor is Nixon. That's her 6th rebound, and to this point, it's the biggest of the game. 2 shots. Delphina Sparks re-enters. Minute 26 to go. One more for Nixon, who now has 15 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists plus a steal. And she hits both. That's big. And Williams gets the timeout with a minute 24 to go. Scanlan ball, down 59-55 in overtime. Inbound for Williams, 80 seconds to go in overtime. Bonnersing off the mark that time. Rebound is grabbed by Danielle Patterson. It's her 12th. And then Nixon is fouled with a minute 7. Drops the first. (61-55), Mary Lewis with a $1.05 remaining in overtime. Deep 3 right side off the mark. And the rebound tracked down. And a timeout was granted to Pollock off the missed 3 by Poole. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Temporarily stops the clock with 54.4 to go. And this crowd has been absolutely fantastic tonight. They've been loud on both sides. The Mary Lewis faithful and Scanlan. This is the 3rd meeting between these teams this season, so they know each other well, and Mary Louis is on its way to picking up a third win in 3 tries, regular and postseason combined. Crowd's had a fun time tonight, so have we. Winner headed to Glens Falls for the State Federation AA semifinals. High arc to McCool with 48 through some traffic. Now the bounce out for Valcourt. Straight away back for Nixon, who draws the foul, and she's going to go back to the line. And she has been money from the line tonight. One more on the way. Six of 6 tonight from the line. 20 points, 11 boards, 4 assists, and a steal for Nixon. Stop at the free throw line, jumper, front of the rim. Another rebound for Nixon. She'll dribble around and draw another foul with Mary Louis up 8, and they're on their way. .9 to go. Jaylene Brown re-enters. First miss from the stripe tonight for Nixon. And we'll get a timeout taken by Mary Louis. Nixon now 7 of 8 from the line tonight for 21 points. .9 to go, 9-point lead for Mary Louis at 64-55, and they force another turnover. That's going to send Pollock to the line. .56-55. That's 29 seconds separating Mary Louis from a state title. McDowell, Boundwersing thought about the 3. Comes back for Poole. Poole down the lane, they'll let her go. Off the mark, Danielle Patterson the rebound. The final 10 seconds, they could just burn this out. This crowd's gonna go nuts. Mary Louis headed to the State AA Federation semifinals. A 66-55 victory over a talented Monsignor Scanlan team whose season will end with a record of 22-8. But the number 7 team in the poll is moving to Glens Falls for a date with the New York State Public School representative March 24th through the 26th upstate. And we'll keep it here for the awards ceremony. They'll reintroduce both teams, complete rosters, and then pass out the awards, culminating with the championship plaque and trophy to the victorious Mary Lewis Academy Hilltoppers.
Monsignor Scanlan, number 12, raise your lights. Number 23, Victoria Gould. Number 2, Chanel Williams. Number 15, Karen Wallace. Number 5, Janine Cooper. Number 10, Number 22, Maya Richard. Number 24, Melissa Collier. Number 13, Bailey Varsity. And number 21, Lithuania Sparks. And the head coach of Monsignor Scanlan, Tom Paganelli.
Welcome back for the News 12 Varsity postgame show. To our left, the player of the game, Danielle Patterson. That was fun, right?
Yeah, it was really fun.
You know, one of the unique things about basketball is if you beat a team 3 times, the same team 3 times, it's a remarkable feat. To do it in the state final has to be outstanding feeling.
It was, Coach emphasized that beating a team 3 times is going to be really hard. So we came out, we didn't underestimate them in any way, and we just came out and played our game.
What was the message in the locker room? You knew you were going to get a fight. The previous 2 games were tough battles. What did Coach Arbitello say to you at the break?
Keep our heads in the game. She gave us some quick pointers that we followed. We came out and executed them, and it led to a big win for us. So we just kept our heads in it.
Well, I know what the answer is going to be. Who's going to win the ACC championship tonight, Duke or ND?
ND, of course.
Danielle, thanks so much for joining us. Joined by Jordan Nixon, post-game on News 12 Varsity. Just got done talking to Danielle Patterson, and there's really not anything more you can say about the play of her, but you were spectacular tonight in your own right. Double-double. On the defensive side for you, forcing a couple turnovers, your rebounding was very efficient, and then late free throws. You stepped up your game at a big time, and one of the things we talked about was with Danielle was the fact that it is so hard to beat the same team 3 times. You certainly chipped in, and I know you got a big smile on your face because of that.
Yes. I just want to just congratulate my teammates and especially Danielle, on all her accomplishments this season. Our season's not over yet, but I'm speechless right now. I've never been a champion in high school, and I just don't know what to say. I'm just proud of how we played, how we finished.
You won't know until next week who you play up in Glens Falls. Right. The Binghamton tournament will finish next week. You'll get the public winner. Mm-hmm. But you said the season's not over. You could have 2 more games potentially and celebrate another championship. So what will the mindset for the team and Coach Arbitello be moving forward?
Let's just keep working hard. Let's get in the gym every day and just get better. That's what it's about, getting better and playing at our highest level.